is Loretta Oshomo, and we have a guest here on the channel. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. What's your name?
My name is Rosemary. I am the Black Scribbler.
Okay. She has a YouTube channel. She's a content creator. She is a photographer. She's a creative extraordinary. She's gonna be answering some questions. It's gonna be like a chit chat, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. I'd like to know, like, how long have you been in Paris?
I've been in Paris for 5 years. Yeah, since 2018.
Okay, so what brought you to Paris?
Photography. I was studying pharmacy in the UK, and then I was doing like photography for fun.
Okay.
And I decided that I really wanted to do photography. So I was looking for a photography school. I went to one school in London, and the lady we met there, she was like, "Yeah, we have a branch in Paris. I think you prefer the one in Paris."
Oh, really?
And I was like, "Bet, okay." I literally packed my bag, applied for visa, and I moved to Paris.
Serious?
I swear.
Bold. Did you finish like the pharmacy degree?
No, I did not.
How was it like? Like, were you not confused, or were you?
I was very depressed.
Serious?
I was very
But
depressed.
how are you bold enough to like take that step?
I think my parents played a huge role. So I called my dad and I told him. And my father literally said, I can never forget. He was like, "You have 24 hours to tell me what you want to do with your life next. Because you can't tell me you don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then
you don't know what you want to do next. Yeah.
And I literally went to my friend Timmy. I was like, yeah, Timmy, my life is messed up right now. Timmy was like, okay, we need to look for a plan. You can do this photography team. Like, I was like, yeah, but to go to school for photography. And I have always loved psychology as well. And we looked for schools. University of Edinburgh. Okay. They have 2 years BSc. I could do a BSc for 2 years. So presented to my dad, my mom and my dad did psychology versus photography. Okay. And my mom was for psychology, my dad was for photography. My dad was like, I don't think she's interested in like serious education right now. Let's go down. We can come back to it later. But
honestly, yeah, I think that's really encouraging.
Yeah.
That thing never crossed my mind that I'm going to school and I'm not going to that school again. Like, it was not an option for me. For me, it was I go to school and I finish school.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have any other option. I knew that. I've always known that I was going to be the kind of person I'll do lots of things, but not finishing like what I was. I was not even like up for the. I don't know how my parents do it. I didn't want to find out. The reason why I asked you what I asked you about the pharmacy thing, like moving from pharmacy to photography, the reason why I asked you that question was because, like, when I came out of school, and I worked as an IT consultant, right? So, which is like tech. And every time I was working, I felt like I was betraying my profession as a lawyer. I feel like I'm betraying everything that I know. So when I asked that question because I kind of feel like I've gone through that phase of feeling like there's something that I was supposed to be doing instead of doing something else. You know?
But I think it didn't really affect me. What the feeling I was battling with was feeling like I had failed my parents, even though they
were encouraging.
Yeah, and they were fine with it. But I felt like at the back of their mind somewhere, they must have felt betrayed.
Yeah.
Because
I will not tell you.
Exactly. Okay, my child was studying this and now she's out of school doing something else. Yeah. There is still that sense of the financial implication. Yeah. They spend so much and then you're like, I don't want. Yeah. So that was what I struggled with. Yeah. I didn't struggle with feeling like, oh, I betrayed myself. Yeah. Because I've always been an artsy person.
The only time I knew about that pharmacy stuff was when I saw it on your YouTube channel. At first, I thought you were a photographer. I didn't even went to school to do photography.
Like, I've always been an artsy person. Like, when I did, I had government, I had economics, I had Greek. When I went to do my A-levels, the lady was like, so you say you want to study what? I said I want to study pharmacy. She's like, I'm not a science student, so what's going on here? Yeah. Like, and I've always been writing and doing poetry and all of those things. So I think
mentally you were tilting towards
yeah,
arts,
and
but you just felt like you needed to do pharmacy. Where did the pharmacy come from?
I wanted to find cure to HIV.
I don't know how I got you
there.
to find cure to HIV.
I'm telling you, if I'm even going to do something sciencey, I think psychology, because it's not necessarily science. It's kind of middle.
Yeah, I think
science.
I'm a psychology enthusiast.
Yeah.
Because I like the way people think.
Yeah.
I like the way people see life. I like talking to people.
I want to figure out
people and all that. So I think psychology. You have people who tell me they're like, you need to go and read psychology. I think. Why Paris? Like, why did you go to Paris? Because you could have done photography anywhere. So why Paris? Why France?
I came because that lady said that probably. If I really was going to like think, if I actually put some thought to it, I probably would have gone to New York. Because I feel like because I feel like it's
have a better opportunity.
Yeah. I didn't even realize, like, to show you how much I did not think of it did not click that I was coming to a French country. I feel like if I understood that they don't speak English there. Well, you know when you think of Paris, because Paris is such a touristy location,
you just think
they speak English.
Like
it's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fun. You're gonna enjoy. You only enjoy Paris as a tourist, hardly ever as a home. But I think the problem with Paris is just because we don't speak French.
We don't speak French.
If you speak very good French, I think
your experience will be different.
Your experience will be totally different. Like you'll be like a French person. You understand their culture. You understand everything.
Yeah,
you know. So tell us a bit about like your life in Paris, like living here. Has it been like for you?
I feel like I've not had the best experience in Paris as a home.
Yeah,
I've met amazing people.
Yeah,
and I feel like my character has grown as a person.
Yeah,
I've built little resilience to live in Paris. Like, it's not optional. You can't survive Paris if you are just like, I can't, I'm tired. But I feel like to actually enjoy Paris so much, you need to be more of an outdoorsy person.
Yeah.
The one thing I do love about my experience in Paris so far is the arts. Yeah. Paris, if you love art, Paris is like an amazing place.
Yeah, you always something new.
Yeah, there is
nice.
Always an exhibition. There's always a museum or gallery you can go to. So that part, I love Paris for it.
Yeah.
But every other thing, I could care less. I'm so sorry.
What has been like your challenges living in Paris?
French.
Top of the top on the list.
I think French and the administrative processes.
Bureaucracy.
Yeah, when you have to deal with it, you just start thinking about your life.
It's like you're living life on the edge.
Yeah.
When you have to deal with your bureaucracy. Like, they're so last minute.
Every time I have to renew my visa, I'm always like, I will just pack my load and go to my
country.
Every time,
I'm telling you.
It feels like you're going to war. I remember the first year, I literally went to Nigeria and applied for visa again, my second year of school. Yeah, I refused to apply for my residency after my first year because my classmates that applied, their stuff went missing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going home. I will go and apply for visa fresh and come back.
Wow.
At that point, actually, I also did not plan on living in Paris. So I was like, I don't care about the residency. It's not my business. I'm just going to go apply for visa. Come back home. Done with these people.
Once you have to renew anything in this country.
Even applying first, like my cat with that. You have to go and be resubmitting.
Serious? I haven't go through
I've gone to submit, and then they're like, oh, you need to document this. But I submitted all the documents. Yeah. So you have to go and resubmit again. I'm just like, I don't think I want to.
I can't continue. So, like, would you recommend living in Paris? Like, coming here to study, to work?
Yeah, I would.
For an English speaker, especially.
Yeah. The only advice I would give is, if you can learn French before you get here.
I think the best time to learn French is before you get here.
Yeah.
When you
Well,
get
not
here,
the
pressure is
problem.
a lot.
The problem is learning the French before we get here. The French they taught us in school is not what they're speaking. In fact, the French that they teach you in French school here in Paris is different from the French that they are speaking on the streets. Yeah, because it's like the Queen's English version of French that they are teaching you, the official one.
Yeah.
And then outside they are speaking,
and it also depends on who is speaking to
exactly.
Sometimes if it's an elderly person, the kind of French they will speak, and the younger person is different.
Exactly.
My experience is like today when I called Amazon to retrieve my money. So the lady I talked to at first, I was like, £2 less you play. She was like, no. I was like, okay. So she was not speaking French to me, but I could answer because I understood her French. Yeah. Tina said she was going to transfer me to her colleague. When you transfer me to that colleague, one thing I didn't hear. She just talked and was just rapping. I was like, no, I can't hear it. She now said she would transfer me to somebody else. Yeah. That was speaking English. So yeah, sometimes like learning French and actually speaking it is different.
I went to order Starbucks and I was like, I want to order in French. I said everything. The lady was like, okay, so you want a frappuccino? I said, wow. Wow. She's just like, yeah, I know you speak English. Let me just speak the English with you.
because this friend I am like, speaking, it's not French.
I think the reason why I won't discourage anyone from coming to Paris is it's my experience. So even though it's not been the best for me, whoever comes, this might be the place for them.
I'm telling you, somebody's their dream.
Exactly. So I can't, or I don't even advise anybody to use our experiences as a measure of if you want to come, because just pick the important part.
Honestly, because everybody's situation is very different. It's just left for you to pick bits and pieces from my experience, from the other person's experience, and form your own experience, unique experience. Because if you want to base your decisions on, the writer said this, Rosemary said this, don't live life and enjoy it. I swear. Okay, so tell us about like what you do in Paris, like photography, yeah? Okay, tell us a bit about like how photography your journey as a photographer in Paris.
So I did 2 years photography school. And first year
it's not like a university degree,
it's like a diploma.
Okay.
So the thing is, if I had finished my pharmacy program, I would have had my first degree. And then I would have been able to do masters in photography.
Okay.
But because I did not have a first degree, so I had to just do the diploma.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah.
So that's a school no be scam.
School no be scam. First year was like general, so we did photojournalism, we did studio work, everything. And then second year we get to specialize. I specialized in fashion and beauty. And after that, I started doing like photo shoots here and there. My ideal is to work with brands. I don't want to work with individuals. I don't want to do events or birthday shoots and stuff like that. I really enjoy working with brands because for my style of photography, it's more advertising, more editorial stuff. So so far I've been shooting more for magazines than for brands, or the brand bit is speaking of it. I had a blog post where I was talking about how I would never do portraits because I can't imagine photographing a human being.
Serious?
And now I'm like taking the camera and I'm getting up close, holding your face and everything.
Are you serious?
So,
never say never.
I swear.
Life you.
It's been an interesting experience. I think photography has actually also made me grow as an individual, like my confidence I was talking about just now with shooting people.
What do you love about photography?
I love that you can merge concepts. It's so interesting how you can tell stories with pictures. For someone in my personal life, I enjoy wearing like blacks a lot. But with my photography, I can explore with colors and play around as much as I like. So I really love that about it.
So what challenges have you had with photography in Paris?
It still boils down to language.
I just knew that.
Yeah, because you're a brand and I come to you and I want to work with you. But I don't speak your language.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult for you to want to entrust your brand to me because you feel like if we can't communicate, how then are you sure that I will be able to deliver on what you want?
Yeah.
So they love my work. When we're sending messages, it's like okay, I understand, and then we talk on the phone and they're like, okay, maybe not because the communication is a problem.
Yeah.
So that has been like the main thing. But so far, I've been able to work around it as much as possible. I think it's also my fault because I really need to learn the French better. So
yeah. If you want to really succeed here,
you need the language.
Yeah, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
You know.
Literally living here, you have to assimilate into the culture and everything. So it's basically a me problem, honestly. It's not even their fault.
That's a bit about like your YouTube journey, like being a content creator, all that.
You know what I'm just realizing? I'm realizing that a lot of things that I do in life, I just wake up and do them. Right. Because for YouTube, I've always enjoyed watching YouTube videos. And when I started doing photography, actually when I moved to France, I didn't have Nigerians around for a long time. And I felt like besides my parents who I have to call and talk to, I didn't have anyone to just listen to my random thought process.
Yeah.
And I enjoy giving advice and talking to people. When I was in the UK, I had my friends to be like, see what's going on, I can tell you. Yes. But here, there was nobody to ask, nobody needed my help for anything. Yeah. And then I had these ideas, there was nowhere to put it. Like, you know what? I'm learning how to edit as well in school, so to be a good practice run for me, and I just started doing it.
I think that we are really similar.
Yeah.
I'm not kind of person that just wake up. I wake up and just do stuff. Because from my thinking, I will never do it.
Yeah.
And I'm very good at overthinking things and making ideas in my head that never come to pass. So when I want to do it, I don't even think about it. Sometimes I might not even ask anybody. I'll just wake up and do it because I don't want to hear your opinion. I don't care what you have to say because I don't want anybody to discourage me. Yeah. I just want to put it out there, and that's how I started YouTube. I just woke up. I just wanted to start this thing. I wanted to start this. I was like, no, just need to carry camera and film. And my first YouTube video is the crappiest YouTube video you would ever find on the internet. I can't even watch it. It's so cringe-worthy.
My first YouTube video is so orange.
But the very interesting thing is that once you put yourself out there like that, you always want to improve. Yeah. You don't want people to look at you as the person they saw yesterday. So you want to keep improving and keep people interested. And that also helps like your self-development and confidence and all that. Yeah, so YouTube, I'm just that kind of person. I just wake up. If you want to start a business, I just wake up and start a business. You don't need to think about it. Because the more it stays in my mind, the more it stays there and never comes out. What has been your challenges as a content creator?
Not knowing what to share. So I have so many things I want to talk about. But my parents watch my channel. My parents are my biggest supporters. Oh my God. And I love them for it. But then again, I'm like, because I remember there was one video I made where I was talking about how I was feeling so lost. I felt like my parents felt so, what's going on? Are you okay? I know. Should we be worried? My dad literally called me and was like, you shouldn't be feeling this way because when we were lost, we come to meet you. So all the advice you used to give to us, why are you not applying it to yourself? You know what to do. Like, I'm like, no, because I feel like it's just going to disturb them. Yeah. So
recently now, my niece and nephew. You know, I tell my father that I have YouTube channel. Like this was like last month or so. Since that time that I know he watches my videos, I'm like, every time I stand in front of the camera, I'm like, oh my god,
Package.
do you understand? But I'm realizing that, you know what, I shouldn't let it restrict me. You know, you can just tone down on certain things they need to, but shouldn't like restrict your flow, like the things that you want to do.
I feel like my dad bullies people to watch the channel because they will now send him screenshots that they are watching it. And my father will now send it to me. I'm like, who is this from? It's like, it's from so and so person. I'm like, okay. And I've seen some names and I'm like, yeah, this is my father's friend.
So how would you describe Paris in one word?
Let's see. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Paris is very, very art-oriented. Because literally, if you have a free day, just walk around Paris. You would see, like you could just be going from one art shop or
To
one
another.
exhibition to the other, from one museum to the other. And no matter how many times you go, you would always see it from different points of view. When I was in photography school, I had this one lecturer that used to always say, go to the Louvre, go to the Louvre, go to the Louvre. I was like, we've been to the Louvre. He said, go to the Louvre. And no matter how many times you go to the Louvre, even the general collection, you still remain so fascinated by it. Like, this
Like when we went to La Petite Palais, and I was like, I've been here before. Why do I still feel
exactly
like this again?
And then we saw that sculpture. We're like, oh, this is
we're not trying to figure it out. It was so nice.
So
Paris at sea.
It's very beautiful for creatives.
I think if you're a creator, you can get really inspired. By just walking around Paris, see work of art. And they are very proud of it. So I think we're done. We've come to the end of this session. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I really do appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
All right. If you got to this part of the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Let me know if you learned something from this video. Let me know if you picked up whatever, or if you have questions. We will be in the comment section engaging with you. I love to read your comments. So I'll see you in my next video.